visual aids is how people really understand. So when people see other people doing things, they believe it to be possible for themselves. Summarize the 3-day summit so that people can understand exactly what will happen over those 3 days.
Yes. Okay. So again, the Job Liberation Virtual Summit starts May 16th. So it kicks off with Coach Yolanda to really ground us in the moment. So as Black women, we are all busy. So kind of to slow down and to really prioritize ourselves and kind of get centered for the summit. And then the next 2 days, these are all day, right? So it's recorded. So if you're not able to come to the all day, it's recorded. So you're hearing from other Black women talk to you about not only the mindset hurdles that kind of keep us stuck at jobs that don't serve us, or if you've been laid off. I think about the federal workers, Black women federal workers. If you've been laid off, what's the mindset that you need to be in? So again, you can turn on a survival brain and start planning and organizing and utilizing your judgment about what your next steps are. A lot of the sessions deal with not only centering yourself and taking care of yourself, because we need to be well, but it also talks about ways to connect to our joy and our dreams. I see Alicia Renice is here right now. So Alicia's going to be talking about ways to connect to our creativity and also how to take a career break if you're able to do so. What to do about your resume. If you're like, you've left a job or you're about to leave, how do you spruce up that resume? A lot of our sessions, including yours, Kim, deals with, I'm gonna have you tell what you're gonna talk about, but a lot of the sessions deal with, for us as Black women, how do we replace our income? Because that's the main issue that keeps us stuck at these jobs is, I don't know how to replace my income. I don't want to end up homeless. What am I gonna do about my health insurance, my retirement? So a lot of the sessions give practical tips about ways that you can replace your income. So side hustles, Liberia Jones is going to be talking about remote work. What does that look like? So what are all of our different options for replacing our income? And we have anti-HR lady, Emery Archer, talking about issues of discrimination and severance and prepare yourself if you're going to try to get some coins before you go. And then we have bonus sessions. So we have the 2 full days. I'm also going to do an Afro-Flow Yoga virtual session. I'm in the process of becoming an Afro-Flow Yoga teacher. So we're going to have an Afro-Flow Yoga session because trauma is in our bodies and in our minds. So how do we release that so we can fully be present? So we also have bonus sessions. So the 16th to the 18th are the summit dates. And then we have 3 bonus sessions as well. So we have Janice Sutherland, who's going to be talking to Black women 50 and over. So generally when you get to about 50, you think that, oh, I can't stand this job, but I got to stay until I retire. I can't move now because I'm too old to move. I'm too old to do stuff. That's not true. Not true. Okay. So she's going to talk about options for Black women 50 and over. And then we have Jackie Abram, who will be talking about when you're still in that work environment, what are the ways you can survive as you're creating an exit plan? Because most of us can't just up and go, even though you want to. There's a process generally. So what do you need to do to survive as you're there to protect yourself? And then we have Dr. Roche Brown, who's a Black woman financial psychologist. We were on together before on your platform. So Dr. Roche Brown, Black woman financial psychologist, whom I work with to get my financial exit plan to go. She's going to be talking about ways to create that financial exit plan on your timeline based upon when you want to go. Nobody's telling you when to go. It's based upon when you're ready to pivot out, or if you've already pivoted out, what are some financial things you need to know? Yeah. And she's going to be talking about what to do about your retirement, what to do about your health insurance. So those are the bonus sessions. So there's different tiers of tickets. So there's the tiers where you can come to the summit only. You get the replays, access for a few days, like May 21st, I think it is. And then you have the highest tier where you get to come to the summit. You get the replays for a year because it's going to take a while. You see these speakers, right? It's a lot of speakers, a lot of information. You have more time to digest everything, go back as you're exit planning. And then you can have the bonus speakers, the replays. You have a discount over the 2024 summit. So it provides more information and time for you to kind of really sit and digest it. Now, I also want to say this, as a privacy consideration, no summit attendees will be seen on camera. You will not be seen on camera. Your names will not be listed, okay? Because I know as Black women, we are private. We don't want people in our business. Nobody will know you're there. If there's a question or comment that you want to make, you can change your name in the platform. So don't let that keep you. Your fears about people finding out, don't let that keep you from coming, okay?
Right.
So this is all Black women who are top of their field. They've all gone through things. They all know this information. They're sharing it with you. So it's an easier way. It's a shortcut, like a blueprint. So you're not trying to figure out on your own, do I do this? Do I do that? I don't know. So you can do that. And it's just a streamlined process for you to exit plan.
So there's so many things I love about what you said. And I just want to underscore two things. One, the consideration that you came up with to keep this a private summit, right? With people already nervous about their job status, not knowing who's in the room with them. And all it takes, and I don't even call them haters, like jealousy, insecurity, all of the things you listed before, you don't know who's in there that could try to come after your job. So I so admire and appreciate that level of detail with the summit. I also appreciate the fact that you have broken it up. Like I'm not going to restate everything you said, but the different conversations. It's not just about leaving, right? It's not just about, you got to go and leave the country now. It's not.
There's different options.
Yes. And that's what, we are a varied people. We need options. Not everybody wants to leave the country. Not everybody wants to live a soft life, right? But there's different levels at every stage that you want to be in. You just don't have to suffer, right? That's what we want to liberate you from. Amazing.
You can go to another job if you want to. Hopefully it's not another toxic job. We're going to talk about that. Go to another job. You can create your own business. You can have a side hustle. You can have a mix of all those things. So again, this is for all Black women. I don't care what your profession is, your education level, where you are in the world. Last year, we had over 300 Black women in attendance from all over the world, over the world. And so what are you going to share at the summit, Kim? What are you going to talk about?
First, let me share that please go ahead and sign up. And the link in the description, if you use that is my link. They will know that it is Gym Nation signing up. We are coming in full force, but go ahead and sign up and register. And the other thing I wanted to say is that, yes, there is a replay option where you can watch for a couple days, but knowing the trajectory of where we are headed, this is something, if you can, now I'm not saying everyone can, but if you can get what's the name of the other package?
The All Access Freedom Pass, the Freedom Pass.
The Freedom Pass. If you can get the Freedom Pass, trust and believe you're going to want it, because those days are going to go by so quick. You're not going to be able to retain all of the information that you hear. So you want to be able to go back. And I'm not saying this as a salesperson. I'm saying this as someone who buys lots of summits. I am involved with multiple summits, especially if I believe that they can be valuable. And so, so what is my session about? So my session takes place on Sunday, May 18th. Can't believe we're in May already. May 18th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And the topic is how to maximize your income by leveraging your talents. And I am a firm believer. I know this to be true. No one can tell me any different. That we have all been bestowed certain talents that we are sitting on, that we are not monetizing like we should, and we are giving things away for free that we should be charging for. And to refer back to the 28-day accountability challenge that we just our graduation just took place last night. The women in there, when I tell you last night, they were so surprised at themselves. Each and every one of them had a goal to start generating additional income monthly. Now, it was different levels of amounts, but they all walked away with a product based on their talents that they can put into the marketplace. And stay tuned, because I will be interviewing them, I think starting next week and once a week for the next few weeks. So that's what I'll be sharing. I'll be sharing how you can dig a little deep. I'm not saying you have to do, you don't have to go see any psychiatrist or anything like that, but there's certain questions that you need to ask yourself to figure out what it is that you want to do and what it is that you've really been doing, right? All this time that you can parlay and convert into a revenue generating gig, side hustle. As we heard, that's the future, right? So even if you are staying at your job, one source of income is not the move. That is not where we are living in 2025. There is this quote that I love. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it was on everybody's certificate last night. But I want you, Black women, my sisters, to start living life like everything is rigged in your favor. Like, stop settling, stop thinking small, stop thinking that, oh, this may fail. No, start thinking when this succeeds, right? Because the universe it's rigged in our favor. Everything that we want is rigged in our favor. A lot of times we are the ones that are stopping those things from entering our life. And so I welcome you to join me during that session if you're interested in generating additional streams of income, but using your talents.